Hello everybody and welcome to another Vintage Fans and More how-to installation video. Today we're going to be installing the 96-inch Szeplo II LED from Kichler. The 96-inch is the largest in the Szeplo series, but the method of installation is the same for all sizes. This fan was selected for me to install by you, the viewers, in a previous poll. Be sure to vote in the poll on this video to select another fan that I will install in the future. This fan is large, so it can be a bit cumbersome to install, but other than that, it's straightforward, so let's get started. Before you begin, turn off power at the breaker or fuse. My box is already open from previous installation, but if you are opening your box with a knife, do not slice too deeply into the box as there are components underneath that could be damaged. I like to remove all components from the box to ensure that everything is included and that nothing is damaged. You can consult with the manual to make sure you have all parts and tools required for installation. Locate the motor body and the ball and downrod assembly. Loosen the set screw on the hanger ball, then loosen and remove the cross pin from the hanger ball assembly. Keep the cross pin nearby, do not lose it. Unscrew the ball from the downrod and set aside for now. Unbundle the wiring on the motor and make it as straight as possible. Remove the clip and cross pin from the top of the motor. Keep these parts nearby. Loosen the two set screws so that they will not interfere with the downrod threads when you screw it in. Feed the fan wires through the downrod and pull all slack through. Thread the downrod into the motor until the holes in the downrod align with the holes in the motor adapter. Reinsert the cross pin through the motor adapter and reinstall the clip. Evenly tighten both set screws until they sit firmly against the downrod. Locate the coupling cover, canopy trim ring, and canopy. Feed the wiring through the bottom side of the coupling cover and pull all excess through. Slide the coupling cover down onto the downrod and allow it to sit flush onto the top of the motor housing. Feed the wiring through the bottom decorative side of the canopy trim ring and through the bottom side of the canopy. Pull all excess wiring through and allow the trim ring and canopy to sit down on top of the coupling cover. Feed the wiring through the bottom rounded side of the ball and pull all excess through. Rethread the hanger ball onto the downrod, aligning the hole in the ball with the holes in the downrod. Once aligned, reinstall the cross pin and securely tighten. The pin should pass entirely through both holes in the downrod. Firmly retighten the ball set screw. To keep my fans in like-new condition, I choose not to cut the lead wires, but now is the time to do so if you would prefer to. I have a sample prop to demonstrate. Simply extend the wires and cut them off evenly, leaving 8 to 12 inches or even a little bit more coming out the top of the downrod. Restrip the ends, then you're ready to proceed. Locate all 6 blades, all 6 blade arms, and the blade arm screws from the hardware bag. Align the holes in the blade with the threaded posts on the blade arm. Fasten the blades to the arms utilizing 3 screws with clear washers each. Ensure the bottom side of the blade is seated fully against the blade arm, then tighten all screws securely. Repeat this process for all remaining blades. We will now move to the ceiling. If you have an extra wire for separate light control, cap it and tuck it up into the box as we will not be using it for this installation. Locate the mounting bracket. Fasten the mounting bracket to your electrical box or building structure using appropriate screws. Ceiling fans should only be mounted to electrical boxes visibly marked as being suitable for ceiling fan support. Due to the design of this mounting bracket, I was not able to utilize the proper 1032 screws for ceiling fans. I was not concerned with using the smaller screws for my temporary installation, but for a more permanent installation, you should consider having your electrical box switched out if the mounting bracket does not fit on your existing box. If you have any doubts about your electrical infrastructure, contact a qualified electrician. Tighten the screws until the mounting bracket sits snugly against the ceiling. Push the wiring aside to prepare for hanging the motor. Loosen and entirely remove one of the screws from the bottom of the mounting bracket. Ensure that the second screw is loosened about halfway. Lift the entire motor assembly into the mounting bracket. Ensure that the notch in the ball engages with the tab in the bracket. Please note that I am not using a safety cable for my installation and I have completely removed it from my fan. If you wish to utilize it, you can follow those instructions from the manual. Make all wiring connections. Green from the fan connects with ground at the ceiling, typically green or bare copper. White from the fan connects with neutral at the ceiling, typically white. Black from the fan connects with hot at the ceiling, typically black or red. Tuck the wiring connections up into the electrical box. Bundle all excess wiring and/or safety cable and contain it within the mounting bracket. Lift the canopy and engage the keyhole slot on the remaining screw in the mounting bracket. Insert the second screw and tighten both until the canopy sits flush against the ceiling. Ensure that no wiring or safety cable is popping out or being pinched in the process. Raise the canopy trim ring, align the screws with the keyhole slots, then rotate to engage. Remove and discard the 3 screws and shipping blocks on the bottom of the fan. Raise a blade to the motor and fasten using the 3 attached screws. Due to the length of the blades on this fan, you may find it useful to have a second person on hand to help. You sort of have to alternate between all 3 screws to ensure that they all start seating correctly. Once all 3 have started, tighten them all securely. Due to the weight of the blades, the motor will lean significantly sideways. As you install each blade, gently guide the fan to a resting position. It is not advised to allow the blades to free fall or for the motor to wobble around excessively. Repeat this installation process for all remaining blades. Locate the switch housing. Remove the rubber band from the wiring on the bottom of the fan if you haven't already. Loosen and remove one of the screws from the plate on the bottom of the fan. Partially loosen the remaining 2 screws. It does not matter which screw you choose to remove. Pass the wiring through the center hole of the switch housing, then raise it and engage the keyhole slots onto the 2 screws. Reinsert the 3rd screw and tighten all securely. If you are opting for the no light cap option, locate it now. Raise the cap to the switch housing, aligning the notches with the tabs, and rotate clockwise to engage. If you are opting to install the light kit, locate the LED assembly and glass shade now. Loosen and remove 1 screw from the switch housing. Loosen the other 2 screws about halfway. It does not matter which screw you choose to remove. Raise the LED assembly and plug the single pin connectors together, white to white and black to black. Lift the assembly and engage the keyhole slots onto the screws. Reinsert the 3rd screw, then tighten all securely, ensuring that no wires are getting pinched in the process. Raise the glass to the switch housing, aligning the notches with the tabs. Rotate clockwise to engage. This concludes installation at the ceiling. Locate the wall control. At the wall box, if you have an extra wire for separate light control, cap it and tuck it into the box as we will not be using it for this installation. Connect the green ground from the wall control to ground at your wall box, typically green or bare copper. Connect the black control wire indicated as being a power source to hot at your wall, typically black. Connect the remaining black control wire indicated as to fan to the switch leg at your wall, typically black or red. Tuck all wiring connections into the box, then fasten the wall control with the included screws. Install the included wall plate or any decorative wall plate of your choice to finish off the control installation. Restore power to the circuit. Within 60 seconds, press the power switch into the on position. Allow the lights on the control to cycle through, then press and hold the reverse button for 3 to 5 seconds. If the fan has a light, it will blink to indicate successful pairing. The fan will also begin to rotate. You can release the reverse button at this time. The fan will run on updraft for approximately 2 minutes, then will reverse and run on downdraft for another 2 minutes. After this conditioning process is complete, the fan will turn itself off and come to a complete stop. Until the fan comes to a complete stop, it is absolutely crucial that you do not press any other control buttons while the fan is in the conditioning process. Pressing buttons before the fan is completely conditioned can cause an assortment of issues. These can be easily avoided by patiently waiting for the fan to do its own thing. Also note that the conditioning process can only be completed once the fan blades are installed onto the fan. This step cannot be completed previous to the fan being completely assembled. After the setup process is complete, your Szeplo is ready for regular operation. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to let me know in a comment down below or by giving this video a thumbs up. Subscribe and ring the notification bell before you leave so that you get updates for all of my new videos. Don't forget that you can vote for another fan that I installed down the line. The poll is linked up in the corner of this video. Thank you all for watching today, and I will see you next time. Click left to watch a video of the Szeplo or click right to view my entire Kichler playlist.